Mr. Lopazzo back again. We're going to do a drawing today. We're going to draw one of the most famous bears ever drawn. Winnie the Pooh. You can see Winnie with the Pooh with his shirt. That's not big enough. His belly's always hanging out. And if we have enough time, we'll even put the little butterfly in his nose. Or you could put something else in his nose. A beach ball. Whatever. Anything. A hula hoop. Maybe a pot of honey. So, vertical paper, pencil, eraser, draw lightly, okay? Draw nice and lightly, because sometimes we don't know if there's a line that we like and we want to keep it until we're like a few lines down the road. So pause it, rewind it, but don't spend a lot of time on one little line. You can always go back and fix it. I'm going to start about 3/4 of the way up my paper. I'm going to start right about in the middle. And I'm going to draw a line that goes down on a slant, and then around, and then down. A curved line. Like I said, you was like, is that the right curved line? Did I curve it enough? Is it long enough? Who knows? Let's wait to see if it looks like Winnie the Pooh. Then you can go back and change it. You probably don't even know which part of Winnie the Pooh that is. It's a secret. Okay, so I'm going to curve line. Now I'm going to change direction. This is going to be his forehead part. So I'm going to curve down. Kind of like a little sleigh riding hill. A very small sleigh riding hill. And I'm going to change direction again and go up. So curve line, down, up. Now I'm actually going to stop making the lines right now, and I'm actually going to put the nose right on there. That way we kind of can see where we are. So my nose is going to be a curved line there, and then a little bump there. Looks like we're making a snow-capped mountain or something. Okay, actually, I'm going to tip his nose a little bit, I think. There we go. And now I'm going to go down on a curve. That's, you can already see, can you see the profile? Looks like it could be a dog or anything right now. And then I'm going to curve in for his smile. In his little smirk, his little smile. Now I'm going to come back to the curve right about here. I'm going to draw his chin, which isn't much of a chin. So this is a part of the drawing where you could actually maybe like fix some things. Back of the head, top of the head, where the eyebrow's going to go. Down, snout, nose, curve in for the smile, and you'll see from the nose down, it only goes in a little bit before it continues. So it's almost like a straight line. He doesn't really have much of a chin, at least not when he's looking up like this. Let's see. If I hold that there, you can see where we are. Haven't done the ears yet, or the eye or the eyebrow, which we'll probably do now. Then you'll have a much better idea if you're happy with what you've got so far. See that? Okay, so my eye is going to go right about here. Pretty much from this little dip where his forehead becomes his snout. I'm just going to slide over a little bit. Remember, he's looking up, so everything's kind of angled. So I'm going to draw an oval. The oval is tipped, and then just a little bit of a cheek. Now, you're not going to color yours in yet. I will, because I have a marker. So the oval is tipped a little bit. Okay? And his eyebrow, which is going to be larger at the front and pointier at the back. And that's going to go right in this corner. Up, around, and down. Like a big long curved raindrop. Okay? Winnie the Pooh. Now, I'm going to come right back to this corner. This is the back of his head, and that's where my ear is going to go. It's going to be about 60% off his head, 40% on his head. So I'm going to start right here, and it's just kind of like a big oval. And then I will erase the part of the head going through it. Mine might be a little bit too round. And then we can see a little bit of the ear peeking off the other side. That's coming from the other side. Okay? Now I'm looking at my drawing. And I see a problem with mine. I'm sure yours is wonderful. Winnie the Pooh looks too skinny in mine. It looks like he lost a couple pounds. I wish I knew how he did it. And I'm looking at my drawing and I see his big, wide, thick neck. And look at my neck and he just looks like he's not big enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this line. I'm going to move this line out a little bit. Just to fatten him up a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay, I'm going to hop down right to the neck and I'm going to draw his shirt. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line that starts a teeny bit outside his neck. And it's going to go up. And I'm going to go downhill slightly. And I'm going to come back up and go past that line. So each line, each end of the line is a little bit wider than his neck. And it's just up, down. And now I'm going to start a little bit above that line. I'm going to go out and then in. That's his collar, the back of his collar. And the front of his collar is going to be a little rounder, but I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to start above it, over, around, and in. Above, around it, same thing. I just did a different shape line. This is a backwards number 7, and that's kind of like an oval. Just kind of makes it look like the shirt's going around them a little bit more. Small little detail. And now I'm going to do his shoulder, his sleeve. So I'm going to touch this line right here. I'm going to start in a little bit, come out. And then I will go down, curve, slightly curved. And then this, I'll come up a little bit and connect it there. So you can see it's open right there. Kind of looks like a bell, but we just didn't finish the bell. I'm going to do his arm coming out of the shirt now. So I'm going to start a little bit inside because obviously the arm is smaller than the sleeve. I'm starting in a little bit. I'm going to go down on a slant just like the sleeve. The arm's going to be going in the same direction that the sleeve is going. And then I'm going to come curve around. That's his elbow. Now I'm going to go to the bottom of my paper. You might have a little bit more room than that. But my elbow is going to go right to the bottom of the paper. Kind of works out okay for me because that's basically where that drawing stops too. And then the other side of the arm, that is going to come in. And his Budinsky is going to go straight down, and that kind of like, his arms are behind his, he does that a lot. He stands with his arms behind his back. So that's why his arm disappears behind that line. And now his shirt is going to go over and down, swoops down a little bit, and then it's going to come up. I'm going to stop right about there for now because I need to do the other side of the shirt first. And the other side of the shirt is going to start, I would say, just a teeny bit outside of his neck. So there's his neck. So I'm going to start just a little bit outside. And my shirt's going to go down and then curve out like that. And then I can finish off my, you can see where it comes to a little point right there. This came up and down, that came down, and they met at a little corner, a point. Now I'm going to go a little bit inside the shirt. Now I'm going to draw his belly. That goes down. And then I'm going to continue this line right down. It kind of curves around. It's kind of what we did up on the collar. So that eventually will get shaded in. You don't have to do that right now. And on the picture, they've got a couple little lines, you know, just little wrinkles in the clothes or whatever. If you like it, you can add it. If you don't like it, you don't have to add it. Something like that. They've got a little line right there. Totally up to you. It's starting to look like Winnie. Actually, it is Winnie the Pooh. It's Winnie the Pooh. And our video is only 12 and a half minutes right now. So why don't we add a, listen, you can add whatever you want on his nose. I'll do a butterfly just to do a butterfly. That's what the picture is. I want you to draw whatever you want on there. How's that? Put whatever you want on there. So when I get all these Winnie the Poohs, everyone will be different. And we'll see what he's balancing on his nose, or we'll see what he's looking up at. Maybe it's a UFO or a Martian or something, I don't know. So I'm going to draw a butterfly, very, very simple butterfly. You can draw whatever you want. Your call. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just looking at the picture here. It's got a little insect with a big eye. Okay, it's a butterfly. Yeah, it's a butterfly. And it kind of goes down, and his body goes back. And he's got a couple little legs sitting on his nose. You can do whatever you want. Or make it a grasshopper. I don't know. And you've got these big, nice wings. There's a wing behind it. You've got this cool little shape on there. And then they've got the other side of the wings. Totally up to you. You can do whatever you want. Whoops. So you can draw whatever you want on your Winnie the Pooh. Now, my drawing's black and white, but I think I remember what colors he is. His eye is black. His nose is black. If you want to leave a little reflection, you can. It's always nice to leave a reflection. And if you don't like the reflection, you can always get rid of it. So I'm looking at the iPad because I can see it smaller. When I look here, it's too big. This thing is like bigger than me. I like the reflection. I'm going to leave it. Now, Winnie the Pooh's shirt is red, a nice bright red. And then his fur is kind of like a golden yellow, I guess I would call it. It's kind of like an orangey yellow. So if you're using colored pencils, you could blend orange and yellow together. You can Google it and see what color. I'm sure every picture you look at, his colors are going to be different. But he's kind of like a yellowish, goldish yellow. and a nice bright red shirt. His eyebrow, not 100%. It could be black. It could be like a brownish color. You'll have to Google, you have to check that out. I don't know why I'm thinking that like it's brown, but I could be wrong. It could be black. And depending on what's on his nose, you could do whatever kind of background you want. Right? If I've got a butterfly on his nose, so you know, might do little hills or valleys or something, or there's a sun setting, or you could do a little field with grass. I'm sure there's honey and bees close by. Do whatever you want. Make sure you're done. When you're done with your wonderful Winnie the Pooh, send me a picture. I can't wait to see what's on the end of his nose and how your picture turned out. And until I see you again, have fun. So week 1, you will draw Winnie the Pooh, put it aside. Week 2 for your art class, then you can color him in. Right? Most of our drawings are going to be a two-class project. Draw it first week, color it in the second week, and then throw it online, and I'll check it out. Okay? See you later, guys. Nice seeing you again.